since you brought it up with the ladies and
Yeah.
dating, a lot of times we'll give up on a woman that has 80, 85%, 90% of what we want, only to be with somebody that has 10 to 20% of what we want. You ever notice that, Ocho? I'm done. I ain't
Hold
gonna
on,
no.
hold
I
on,
ain't
hold
that.
on, hold
It ain't the
on,
time. It ain't the time. Ocho.
hold
It ain't
on.
time. Ocho. It
Hey,
ain't
come
time.
on.
Ocho. It ain't
Hey,
time.
do
It
me a
ain't
favor.
time.
Do me a
Ocho. It
favor.
ain't
Listen,
time. It ain't
listen.
time.
I
It
don't,
ain't
I don't,
time.
I don't ask you for much. I don't ask you for much, but I need you to bring that back one more time. I need you to bring that back one more time because boy, I felt that, boy. You don't see me tearing up? But that ain't funny, man. Do me a favor. I
Mm-hmm.
promise I ain't gonna cry. I promise I ain't gonna cry, but bring that back one more time.
A lot of times, men will leave a woman that has 80 to 90% of what we want, only to go be with somebody that has 10 to 20%. You see that? We'll get mad at the woman. She got 80 to 90% of what we want. We get mad. Here come the 10 to 20. I need that.
I promise you ain't crying. These are tears of joy. I need to hear that, boy. Hey. Oh shit, boy, that was a good one, boy. Oh,
It
So this is what I realized. A lot of men are weak. They weak. They haven't they haven't led themselves, and so therefore they cannot lead their household or lead their marriage and lead their woman or their wife. They're weak. And that's just what it comes down to. And until they start to develop themselves into a leader, until they start to develop themselves spiritually, mentally, physically, they're gonna be weak to the flesh. They're gonna be weak to the flesh. It's so interesting that you see it every day. That men got so much value from the woman that they've been with that when it's one thing that they can't get over, because some of them selfish and a lot of men have ego, that they just want to check out. You know what I mean? So I say to any of the husbands there, or really even any man out there that's looking to check out, first look for gratitude in what you have, because I promise you, you probably do have 80 to 90% of that you're receiving from that woman. And hey, maybe that 10% is a deal breaker, but you should have took care of that from the jump. You know what I mean? You should have had, okay, here's 10 things on the list. All right, man, she only giving me 10%. I'm going to roll with it. No. If she giving you 8 things on that checklist, 80%, 9 things on the checklist, 90%, or shoot, even if she giving you 70%, you can work with that. You like, man, you know what? I can see her as we start to carry on, I can see her adding another 10% long term down the road. But a lot of men, y'all be so weak to the flesh, man, that y'all like, oh, she gave me the 10% of great sex. Like, oh, I'm about to roll with this. She don't even disregard all the other intangible things that you need from a woman that can be potentially become your wife, or vice versa. Some of y'all quick to try to marry him up just because, oh man, it's the best sex in the world, or you know, man, I ain't worried about all the trauma that she got, you know, the attitude stuff, the stuff that will make her into a great wife and stuff that you need to support your journey. Y'all disregard all of it. Y'all overlook all of that because you want that 10% because y'all weak minded to the flesh. Yes, sex is great, right? But it cannot negate you having a woman who gonna help you manage your household, who gonna cater to your needs to help support your journey, who gonna believe in, I'm saying, your purpose and your journey that you on, who gonna be loyal, who gonna be sweet to you, who gonna help push you and be your backbone, who gonna stand next to you as a partner. You know what I mean? Who gonna allow you to lead because you doing the things you need to do. But man, if she don't got this one thing and these two things, I'm crashing out. I'm moving on. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I feel Shannon Sharp, though, man. Like a lot of guys do it every day. because again, I always come back to it's on us to lead. A lot of divorces end up because of financial situations. Dudes ain't budgeting their money. I'm gonna pass off my wife. She can handle the money. I'm just gonna go to work and you know what I'm saying, bring the money home. She need to handle all the bills, this and that. Cool. But are you managing the finances in a way, okay, here, this where all the money go, right? We got it set up. We got the saving. We got the 401k. We got the investments. We got the vacation fund. We got the college fund, right? Have you organized and created a strategy so you once you implement the system, you say, all right, wife, hey, just hit the button to pay these bills, or make sure you keep an eye on it. I got it set up. Are y'all taking the lead on that? Are you taking the lead on how your household need to run as far as I know, with your kids, the education? Hey, this is what I see for the kids, or this is what I see for our lifestyle, where I want to try to take us, attempt to take us. A lot of y'all ain't doing these things, and so y'all want to be victim-minded as a man and want to blame the woman. No, it's on us. It start with us. It start with us. We have to lead, man. And I know, unfortunately, a lot of us, it wasn't raised with fathers, but it's too much information out here. At some point, you have to be like, man, why am I not winning? You know, why is my marriage not going where I needed to go? You have to look internal and say, man, look, I have to step up. And if you step up so far and that person's still reluctant to come along that journey, then we need to revisit the conversation. But from what I've learned, it starts with us. It started with me. It started with me. So if you want any change, you know, if you want anything to be fixed in your marriage, you can't, first of all, look at the 10% that you're not getting. You need to look at the 90% that you are getting, first and foremost. And then attempt to say, okay, what in this 10% am I missing that I want to try, attempt to, you know, get some of that percentage. Or maybe you may get it all. But at the end of the day, you know, 90%, go ahead, go out to the dating market, see what's out there now. We looking around the internet, it's crazy out there in these streets. This is a new generation of thinking. But I think that the men, even then, we have allowed, you know, women to take the lead. And listen, they getting their own bag, they getting their own money. But I think innately and naturally, women still at the core things want a strong man. They want a strong leader, right? But that's not what's going on. That's not what's going on. And so if you have a good woman and she's giving you 80, 90% of what you want, what's the issue? Nobody's perfect. I'm sure you're not giving her 100%, right? But don't be weak to the flesh, because 9 times out of 10, that's really what's going on. Most dudes like, man, I'm not getting a certain one, I'm about to check out, I'm about to crash out. That's really what going on. Or your ego got bruised some type of way, and you haven't got over yourself, and you haven't developed yourself, invested in yourself, and you stuck in a rut. And now you want to start pointing fingers or playing the victim versus being gracious and having gratitude for your situation. You know, so if you have a woman out there, you have a wife out there, and you getting, first of all, just sit back and just observe. Just really think about your situation. Be like, all right, what do I want? First of all, you got to know what you want, man. If you don't know who you are, you won't know what you want, and therefore you won't have no direction on where you want to go. So you have to know who you are in the sense of, all right, who do I want to be? What do I see myself in 5 years? Like when I look in the mirror, am I living in the image I want to live in? Right? And if you feel like you are at that point, then at that point, I feel like that's going to drive your purpose. All right, where am I going with this life? Right? How am I bringing my family with me? How am I bringing my wife with me? And that's just innately, they're going to support that. They see a man driven, ain't nothing more powerful than a man driven with purpose and going the right way and attempting to do it the right way. Women love that, and they're going to follow right behind that. So, again, once you get those things in position, you know who you are, you purpose driven, and you have goals about what you want to do, you'll get gratitude. You'll start to see around what's going on in your environment, in your household. And I think you'll see there's more good than bad inside the situation. But it may be a lot of bad because you haven't did the first things. You know who you are as a man and as a leader, and you know what your purpose is. So until you get to that point, yeah, you're gonna be ready to check out on a 10%. Every time you see flesh, oh man, I want this chick, I want that chick, I want this lady. Oh man, she ain't doing this and she ain't doing that. Like you gonna point the finger, you're gonna make excuses, you're gonna play victim. That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a continuous cycle, right? And you're never gonna be happy. It don't matter. You get a beautiful woman in front of you, you're never gonna be happy. It's gonna be that instant gratification. So that's my thoughts on this video. Listen, if she give me 80, 90%, stay with her, man. Stay down, hold it down. I think you'll be rewarded in the long run. So, hey, y'all have a great night. Drop a comment below on the video. Hit a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Welcome to the Husband Code. Y'all have a blessed day. Hit the notification bell. And I'm out. Peace.